Hello, my people. Today we're going to be talking about 10 tips to transform yourself into the person you want to be. Do you want to change your life for the better but don't know where to start? In this video, we explore some of the best ways to transform yourself into a new person, from setting goals, from just changing your mindset. These tips will help you to make the changes you need to improve your life. So if you are ready to make a change, you need to watch this video and learn how to transform yourself into the person you always wanted to be. Hey, welcome back to the Transform Your Life Show, the only show where you can make real life and business transformation, harnessing the power of optimism, hope, and faith. Hi, I'm Marcus. I remember a decade ago back when I was like many of you that watch this program in. I was fresh out of college and struggling to find my place in the world, and I felt lost, and I was uncertain about who I was supposed to be. Which brings me to the very first thing about transforming yourself into the person you want to be. You got to define, first of all, who you want to be, okay? And that all starts with making a decision. Most of us don't know how to make a decision. We don't know how to get to a place where we need to make a decision because we never had to make one. All of the decisions up to from the time we were born all the way up until like somewhere around 18, sometimes close to 25, are made by us. They're made by our parents, they're made by doctors, they're made by the government, they are made by schools, people at school, they made sometimes even by like our people at the job. And then what happens? What happens? We graduate. We leave homes, and then we're living on our own. We get fired, and we become freelancers, and we're totally left to be independent. Or the government fails us. we vote and we think that like, hey. But you gotta get to a place where you have to start thinking for yourself. And how do you do that? How do you do that? The ultimate way to do that is to start defining who you want to be. When I made a decision, it changed everything for me. I decided that I wanted to transform myself into a new person. And this sounds very daunting. It can sound very daunting for a lot of people. It can sound very scary. It's actually not that hard if you know how, but we don't know how. And again, and it's all about placing yourself sometimes alone. And alone sounds scary, because especially if you've never been alone before. Especially if you never been in a place in your life where you never had anyone around you. You met or grew up in a house where there was always someone around, and sometimes that separation to be with your own company, it allows you to get to know yourself. It allows you to start really, being reacquainted with you, and start finding out what are the things you like, what are the things that you don't like. How do you really think? What are these five senses? Do you have a sense? Because sometimes we might be a little bit more intuitive than what what we give ourselves credit for. Because I discovered that I'm actually an empath. That I feel a lot of things around me. That I'm a lot more sensitive to some of the things around me that I did not realize. Okay, and when you start discovering these things, you got to take inventory. I mean, really, literal inventory. So take some inventory. Write these down. Write these things down. Look at your hair. Look at your skin. Look at your lips. Look at your fingertips. Look at your fingernails. Because, do you like your fingernails long? Do you like your fingernails short? Look at your toenails. Do you want a pedicure? Do you want a manicure? What is it that you want? Because sometimes we adopt all of these things from the outside that are pressed on to us, that are defining us, but it's not really who we are. It's not the authentic us. So in this video, we're going to move into these steps, move closer to these steps to becoming a new person, transforming into the person we want to be. So once I identified, who I am, what I like, I started like identifying some key areas of my life that I also wanted to change. For me, these were my career, my relationships, and my physical health. And there's also an added bonus that we're going to talk about, because there's an add-on to those three things. That's an eventual thing that comes out of those three things. There's like hidden bonus that if you make it to the end of this video / episode recording that I'm going to give you. But when you look at these key areas, your career, relationships, and physical health, you have to set some specific goals for each one. You look at your career, right? Most people equate career with job, right? Well, what if the job you were doing, or the job that you had, wasn't your career? What if the job you really want is a job you want to get paid well for, and the job you truly want, you want to be in love with? Because that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted for myself. I started with that. I said I want to be in a career that I truly love, and I truly want to get paid well for. Is it possible to have the best of both worlds? Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't, and that's okay. It's okay if if initially you don't get both. Sometimes you get the pay up front, and then the love part comes later. But why settle, right? Maybe the you can get the pay up front, and then use that as a way of funding something you really love. Because I've taken that route too. That was one route I took. In that, you can use that as a way to set small goals. Every big goal should also have small goals within them. So don't set a very huge goal and just say, oh, that's the goal. Get a great job that I love and pay well, and then boom, that's the end of it. The road doesn't stop there. The road has just begun. It's just getting rolling. Okay, you just starting to roll onto the path, and the goal can be broken down and into small movements that can move you forward. You know, everything you should be doing should be moving you forward, not backwards. We're not looking back. We're not doing things that we're adopting from the past, unless it's something that is helpful. Now, if it's something that's helpful, it is something that is truly part of you, that is truly authentic to who this new you is growing into. And yes, we're going to bring it on board. But other than that, no. Now we got career set and written down. Of course, we writing these things down. Everything has got to be written down, and we're going to look further into how we move on these goals, because it's one thing to say, yeah, I want a job, or I want a business, or I want to get into a career that I love and pay well, but we're going to have to put some action to it. Now, for my relationships, I told myself I wanted true intimacy. I wanted to be around people that truly loved me, that truly supported me. Okay, what do you want? What type of relationships you want to have? What type of friendships you want? I mean, if you're not getting true intimacy now, if you're not getting true support now and love, what is love? Define what that means to you. Truly understand what that means to you. Like, look at the patterns of the type of love and the type of relationships you've been involved in, and determine, like, do I want to continue on that path, or do I want something new? Because am I going to bring this into who I'm about to be? If not, no. Don't write it down. Don't. That's not a part of the roadmap. That's not part of this journey. No. That one can be easy, and we can even be into further detail with that one by even describing the type of people we want to be involved with. I mean, we can go into detail, like how the person should look, the characteristics, the personality, and everything. We put that out into the universe, and hope that we manifest it. But of course, there's going to be some effort on our part that we're going to talk about. If you just hold on tight. And as for your physical health, do you want to lose weight? Do you want to get in shape? Do you want to feel good about your body? Maybe you just want to feel good about your body and yourself. Maybe you just want to be able to have confidence when you look in the mirror. Maybe you want to just make some adjustments to your physical appearance. To how you fit in your clothes. Sometimes you don't have to lose a ton of weight. Maybe you just want to make little alterations here and there, and you want to fit better into your clothes, and along with this, it may require you to work out a little bit, or maybe just go clothes shopping. Maybe you need to go clothes shopping. Maybe some of the clothes you got, maybe you have lost weight and you're still rocking some of the clothes that's like that you had like 5 years ago when you were in high school, and they're all baggy on you now. Maybe you have gained weight and you got clothes that's like tight around the waist, and you need to go up a notch, and you want to and once you start changing out those clothes, maybe changing colors that you used to wear, you look in the mirror and you can feel the confidence. You feel slimmer, you feel better, you look better. Maybe a haircut even help to shape out your face better. The different hairstyle, earrings, jewelry, so different alterations can really help to bring out what you really look like. And our next partner has a product I literally use like every day. I started using IG1 because I wanted better gut health. I wanted to optimize my immune system. I saw a need for a supplement that was tasty. Scoop me up a little bit of that, and I'm getting tons of benefit from AG1. Curve my appetite throughout the day. I'm noticing some weight loss. It's very lifestyle friendly. Whether you eat keto, Play-Doh, vegan, dairy-free, gluten-free, like myself, about the Athletic Greens founder. He created it after he was experiencing a ton of gut health issues. So right now, you can transform your health and immune system with convenient daily nutrition. Just one scoop in a cup of water every day. That's it. Just all you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/transform-you. That's athleticgreens.com/transform-you. Now back to our episode. This goes out. I'm kind of going ahead of myself with the action part of like physical health, but yeah. All right. And then you write these things down. Everything we're doing here, we writing down. And with physical health, it's very important. Maybe set a target date. Maybe set a target date, set a target weight. And you can put a number on weight. But don't get too infatuated with the number. We're not getting too infatuated. We're not clinging to the number. We're not getting too emotionally invested on the number. It's just a number and a go. All right? Because we may surpass it, or we may just come close to it. But either way, we have put it out there, and we're focused. We're zoned in. Now, once I have my goal set, it brings you to number three tip: putting yourself in new situations. This is where the action starts happening. The action is putting yourself in new situations. You start taking the action towards these goals. For the career part of it, you start networking. You start putting yourself around professionals, other people who's already doing what you want to do. Taking these people out for a cup of coffee, attending these different networking events that's around the city, or on, they do a lot of stuff through Zoom nowadays, even though we are post-COVID now. Applying for jobs, looking at their resume and reviewing it, having someone else look at the resume, going to a lot of these unemployment places and having them look at the resume. You can even go on Fiverr and for $5 someone give you a nice resume. You can, if you're trying to start a business up, taking up an intern, working for free for someone. People don't like the idea of working for free, but you can really, speed up your learning curve by working for free and learning the business first before getting yourself out there. But if you don't want to take that route, there's tons of information out there. Google is king for information out there, and YouTube is king for information out there, and then your local library, as well. The combination of those three, you can build a business out, in your bedroom, and get going. The key is to get going and don't stop. Don't stop. And if you got a little bit of change hanging around, hire a business coach to give you some steps, some actual steps to get you going as well. Business coaches, they are underused, and I believe and I know that they can definitely help you and guide you in some of the steps you should be taking. All right. Now for relationships. For relationships, going out on dates, simply going out on dates, cold approaching people that you meet out at the coffee shops, people that you meet on coffee shops, people, meeting people on social media, putting yourself out there. Social media was designed to meet people. Contrary to belief, you go on social media to connect with people. All right. I mean, there's the different dangers that come with social media, but there's also the different upsides that come with social media as well. You can effectively use social media to meet people. There's different groups, next groups on social media to meet different people, and some people have found success on meeting people on social media, and you can meet people through your different friend groups as well. So you may have relatives who have different circles of people that you can meet people through, and again, you can attend these different meetups. They have meetups that for everything. If you are into animals or into running, you might be able to meet someone through one of those. But put yourself out there, but I have put physical health before relationships, but simultaneously, while you're working on your physical health, by starting out by working out, eating healthier, you are making this transformation to be in your better and newer you. You can still, work on your social skills at the same time. You can work on your professional life at the same time as a single person, but also, building a social network. And again, social media, it was designed to build a social network, and I will suggest that you do increase your social media presence, online and offline at the same time. It seems like a lot of work. It can take time and effort, but being consistent is the effort. Transformation is not going to happen overnight, which is why it's important. Tip number 4, to get rid of the negative influences in your life. Negative influences is nothing more than like a constant reminder of the things you do not want from your past to keep showing up. It's a constant reminder of the things you don't want to show up in your past. It's a constant reminder of the people you don't want, in your future and in your now future. It's a constant replaying of the subconscious tape recorders that keep on blocking you from the success that you're trying to have. It's a constant chopping of the bit by bit of the effort that you are taking. It pushes you back each time that you have these negative influences being constantly piled on, constantly being allowed to stay present in your life. It's important to get rid of them. a good tool. I think the best thing that the Apple iPhone invented was uh, both the easy accessible block option function on the phone, as well as the focus function. So when you're working on yourself, and when you are striving to be the person you want to be, you can block people, you can unblock people, and you can also hit that focus button when you want to, just focus on, working on the things you want to work on to be the best possible you. You do not have to allow these influences to distract you. They're nothing more, nothing less than distractions. Okay? And I'm going to repeat this. Um, Tip number 5 is to take care of your physical health. You got to continue to take care of your physical health. Physical health is not a one-day act. It's not a one-week act, So physical health is definitely eating healthy, sometimes we think that, like, eating healthy means that, like, you have to pick a certain diet. You just got to figure out what diet works for you. If vegan is what works for you, be vegan. If keto works for you, be keto. Do the keto diet. If carnivore diet works for you, do the carnivore diet. But you got to figure out what works for you, and you can stick with that diet, for as long as it works for you. You can adjust it where you need to adjust it. I think the best way to like really optimize your physical health and your diet and nutrition is to, like, constantly talk with a nutritionist. I think working with a personal trainer is also helpful. Definitely getting hooked up with some supplements. It's great to, for me, what's working currently right now in my life is an acupuncturist. So acupuncturists, they got great education on different herbs and stuff. So they got great education, so even if you just go in for a consultation, they will give you a ton of information on herbs and, like, in how the body circulation works, and different things on the gut, and different things on the spleen, and just herbs, and currently right now I have a partnership that, like, you'll hear about later, and they're doing some great things as well. If you are struggling with, getting the proper vitamins, minerals, and whole food source ingredients into your body every day. So you hear about that partnership later in the program. I actually got the link in the episode description. You can check that out as well. But yeah, because if you're not physically healthy, you can't. It's impossible to have the proper endurance, focus, and just the mental capacity, especially to withstand some of the stuff you got to take on, and and just transform it into the person you want to be. Okay. So if you want to change your life, but if you feeling lost in a certain, like I did, know that it's possible for change, to happen, and when you're feeling lost, just tip number 6 is to learn new things and expand your horizons. And the way you do that, you continue to be a lifelong learner. You continue to be a student. Never shy away from being a student. Always remain coachable. Look for ways to get education. Look for ways to how you can invest in yourself, and investing in yourself through reading. If you're not a big reader, you absolutely don't like reading, you can also listen to books on audio. There's tons of audiobooks for free on YouTube. You can always listen to an audiobook for free on YouTube. Tons of books. Always look for book recommendations. Get book recommendations from people, like-minded people. There's so many book recommendations from like great minds and thought leaders here on YouTube, and also myself. I'm going to do an episode where I just give you a ton of recommendations. So that episode, that may be my next episode. In fact, I'm going to give you some good book recommendations, some that has helped me. I got books that I have written. I got a new book on the way. My most recent book, Think Possible, Be Possible, has been very helpful. And in fact, the book that has inspired many of you to have come to this particular podcast, 30 Days to Transform Mentally and Spiritually, is a very good companion book that goes along with this podcast for many of you to go back and check out. So always learn new things, always expand your horizons. Get into new activities that can help increase your possibilities as a person. Yeah, so look for different activities that can help expand you. All right. Which brings me to tip number 7. All right. Stay moving. Stay moving. Stay on the move. Stay moving. Be open to a change of scenery. Okay. Now, by that I mean, don't be complacent. By staying stuck in just one part of the city. Every town, every city, every town or city, whether it be rural or urban, you can always go visit the next town over. If you're not able to travel too far, you can always visit the next town over. And like every next town over, if you got the ability to travel that far, I mean, some people that's still considered far. It offers a change of scenery. You gotta give yourself, your eyes, your skin, your spirit, the opportunity to have that change of scenery. When you do that, it does something for you. It gives you that opportunity to have that newness, that welcomeness of that newness. When you have that welcoming of that newness, you are able to have a different spark of creativity to enter into your sensory, and when that happens, the spirit is lifted, and also the mental is also relaxed, and you sort of kind of enjoy a bit of a small vacation. It's like a small bit of a vacation. It's a bit of a small relaxation too. And again, the sensory system opens up, and the creativity is sparked. Okay, which brings me to tip number 8. Always, be open to being creative. Okay, there was a reason that we had art class, and that we all had art growing up in every grade level. Even in college, it was still offered as an elective. All right, it's because art is a way to allow you to increase focus. It's a way to allow you to see the world in different perspectives. It's a way to bring out the emotional side of you and to express yourself. And you want to be able to always find a way to tap into that side of you. Okay, whether that's through writing, music, maybe you may find yourself into pottery or clay, painting. Find some way to express yourself. You know, don't hold back on emotions. You know, find a way to tap into emotions. You know, and it doesn't have to be so deep into emotions where you where you like, you know, you're fighting to figure them out. You know, it can be very surface level, because like even surface level expression, yet it's still, because it's still expression. You know, if you do it regular, on a routine enough, you'll find that you get some ounce of therapy out of it. Which brings me to number 9, therapy. Don't be afraid to invest in therapy. Therapy has helped me. You know, therapy is a good companion for doing the work on myself, and it has helped me to become the person that I have wanted to transform into, and it has helped me to make some real changes and help me to get rid of, not necessarily, you know, you're not never going to completely get rid of like a lot of the childhood traumas and some of the even some of the adulthood traumas that you go through, but you know, it has helped me to find tools that I can, like, you know, resort to and pull out, you know, when I find myself, like, you know, experiencing like a childhood trauma, or find myself in a mental health crisis and I need to get out of it. You know, so invest in therapy. You know, consider therapy. You know, there's even group therapy. There's couple therapies. You know, so these things are good maintenance. You know, and number 10, maintenance. What's good maintenance? Good maintenance, a good maintenance routine for just your overall self as a person. Number one, the number one thing, and the best tip of them all, and this is your bonus. This is the bonus. You know, like, which is the thing that you want to, like, you know, a key area of your life is just your spiritual health. Okay, like, find a way to, like, you know, cater to your spiritual health. And you know, that's rather like if you know, have some type of faith that you grew up on, and like now you want to, like, you know, convert into a different faith, or maybe you know, like that faith that you grew up on, and maybe you want to, like, you know, invest back into that faith, you know, or maybe you just want to give to a charity, you know, start giving to charity, or, like, you know, doing some type of humanitarian work, or, you know, maybe you want to, like, learn more about meditation, yoga. You know, how can you, you know, invest into your spiritual health? Learn what you can do to invest in your spiritual health, and you know, when you do that, you are also investing to your overall self as a spiritual person, and your overall being as a person here in this life and in this reality. So, if you like this video, I hope that you will subscribe to this channel, like it, leave a comment. If you're listening via podcast, leave a review. Tell me what you think, what your thoughts is. Share it. And until next time, I'm Marcus Hart. This is the Transform You Live Show. Many blessings, peace, and lots of love.